Tim the Tat Man has pulled his own skin from Call of Duty. Did you see this?
Yeah, good for him.
Solidarity, right? Yeah. Like, if you want to make a change, the best thing you can do is stand by your friends and stand by your what you believe in, right? So this is the type of thing where if more people did stuff like this, if it's a cause you believe in, if it's something you believe needs change, then you should not just bend the knee because a corporation says so. You should actually stand up for what it is that you want to see happen.
Yep. Good for him.
So it says the Nick Merckx controversy has torn the Call of Duty community asunder.
Can we just point out what the controversy is again?
Yes.
Remember, he said, leave them kids alone. I wonder if they're going to, like, retroactively, like on like Spotify and everything, censor Pink Floyd's The Wall because it says leave them kids alone in the chorus.
My guess is no.
Teacher, beep, you know, like that for every download now.
I believe anything is possible after 2016. Honestly,
think so?
Yeah.
Well, not likely, but possible.
We just talked about on Friday that they censored the movie The French Connection, you know, so there's always censorship coming down the line here. So he requested that his operator skin bundle be removed, and they did so within 24 hours, which is exactly what you should do if you have a cause you believe in.
They did put out a comment about it too, right?
Yes.
They tweeted about it?
So it says, here's his comments about it. It says, Nick Merckx has been my friend for years. We went in getting our Call of Duty operators together. It feels wrong for me to have mine and him no longer have his. In support of my friend, please remove Tim the Tatman bundle. And he sent that at Call of Duty. So, you know, they were all too happy to remove it for them. So, we got a $50 one here from Deuce Boogaloo. Says, took edibles and saw the new Transformers in IMAX last night. Bots have never been better in both design and personality. Humans were meh, but MC grew on me. Some DEI, but not too bad. 3.5, Brett, you got to see it. They're launching the Hasbro Cinematic Universe.
Oh, God.
Okay, here's the thing. I bought a ticket last night to go see it tonight, so I'm supposed to go tonight at 8:30, but I never got the email. It's certainly charged my account, but I never got the email saying, like, here's your verification with your, like, you have to have a code. Well, you have to have a I checked the spam. It wasn't there last night. I'll have to check today. My plan is to go see that tonight at 8:30. I do want to go see it. I did hear about a very specific mid-credit scene that launches the Hasbro Cinematic Universe, to which I say they better bring back The Rock for that one if they're going to do that specific world in there. I won't spoil it for anyone else if they're looking to go see it. I'm excited though. I've heard the same thing. They're like, oh, the humans aren't that good in that movie. I'm like, I don't care. The humans weren't that good in any of the other movies either. Nobody really goes to see a Transformers movie for the human characters.
Megan Fox was phenomenal and she was peak hot.
Though I will say that out of all of them,
was that 20 years ago that the first one came out when she was in
2007.
2007. All
right. So actually, that's a fair point that somebody pointed out. Like, look, Mark Wahlberg was awful in those movies. It's not Mark Wahlberg's best work.
He was in them?
He was in the last. He was in the last two. Shia LaBeouf actually does a very good job of making you care about a guy who's really, really annoying. Like, I actually like him in those movies, but for all intents and purposes, you shouldn't like that character. He's very, very annoying, but somehow you care about him and you care about Michaela, a.k.a. hot Megan Fox.
Really easy to care about Megan Fox looking like that.
That is very true. Hot. There's a great
Megan Fox is like closing in on 10 if she's not a 10, like 9.5.
She was hotter before the surgeries.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
We've got Megan Fox to talk about tomorrow as well.
The only bad thing about her was her thumbs, or is her thumbs. They're weird. They're weird.
She's got weird thumbs.
I must Google this.
Not the blood drinking? Not the blood drinking?
No, that's not weird. Okay. Well, I mean, that's weird, but that's not the weirdest thing. Look at those thumbs.
Daniel J. Corica says, Phil, please say, hey, groomers, leave those kids alone.
Hey,
boys.
Groomers, leave them kids alone.
They are weird. They're like fat.
They're weird.
She's like super self-conscious about them.
I can live with that. Yep. Honest. I'll be fine.
So that's why she's a 0.5.
9.5.
Also, Dr. Disrespect came out further and said he demanded that he asked gamers to uninstall the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Good on you, Doc.
Yep.
Look, the fact of the matter is, if saying leave kids alone is objectionable, then you have a problem, because that is a simple and benign sentence. Now, granted, there are people that are going to be like, oh, but it implies this and it implies that. Well, you know what? The LGBT community does a whole lot of implying on their own.
Yep.
Right? Like there is a whole lot of it. So I think it's okay for Nick to say, hey, leave kids alone, leave kids out of your politics, because that's what at the core this is all about. It is the politics of sexuality. That's what the LGBTQ community is.
So
it is a
weird.
political bloc based on sexuality. And it's fine for people to say, hey, don't teach sexuality to my child. There is nothing objectionable about that at all. And parents have the right to say, look, in schools, I don't think you should be teaching the sexuality stuff to my grade schooler. Like if they don't want to, and parents should take their kids out of schools if they find that objectionable.
Am I crazy? Maybe it was a school I was at, but when I was in middle school and they were doing that, the sex talk, some parents objected and pulled their kids out of that class.
Well, you can-
and they were like, we'll
They're
handle
It's
this.
still permission slip. You still have to have a permission slip to talk about it for most of the schools that I understand, right?
But now it's
I don't
compulsory.
Yeah. Well,
It
no,
seems-
the class would be compulsory, but you'd still need a permission slip, which means they have to give you some type of alternative curriculum. If your parents didn't.
I don't know about. I don't know.
Also, what
enough
does this have to
say.
do with video games? That's what I care about. I go,
Transformers
what
1.
the hell does this have to do with video games? It doesn't have anything to do with video games.
It has to do with what is politically correct in the United States. It is unacceptable to imply that parents have a higher right to their children than the state.
It's also
that's
funny.
the argument being made.
Think about the things that have been said in Call of Duty, like the idea that Call of Duty is on some type of moral high ground, knowing what people say to each other while playing Call of Duty is laughable.
They call it the gamer word for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Look, it's kind of bonkers that this stuff matters so much to people. But then we were talking about the baseball players who are forced to, like, you can't escape it. I have no problem like talking about anything but this stuff, but it seems to permeate every aspect of the culture.
By the way, modern society has no idea how men relate because rumor has it that I've witnessed some of these things in the Call of Duty lobbies. Rumor has it, unverifiable.
Allegedly.
You can't prove anything. And the thing is, what people don't get is men insult each other nonstop. But if you land one good insulting joke and you find even the most minimum common ground with another guy, they immediately become friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Despite all the plethora of insults that have been thrown my way and my way that have been thrown to other people, you literally just reach like whatever common ground. It can't be as simple as like, oh my God, Megan Fox was hot in Transformers 1, right? Right. And then you got a friend for a lifetime.
Yep.
And these people who, again, have no concept of how men think and what men desire, think that this is the space where we need to have a conversation, you know, about sensitivity and whatnot, when I'm simulating killing people.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
what the hell?
It's ridiculous, and the point that you're making, though, I think is something that we should hammer down on a little bit. The idea that masculine men, or how men what the masculine way that men relate, or the way that masculine men relate, could be understood by women or non-binary or anything else, any other identity, is ridiculous. Men can easily make jokes. Most men, especially masculine, confident men, can make jokes at each other's expense. And the people that have a problem with it are the people that are insecure. I have been on, like, I've lived almost 20 years in a metal tube with a bunch of other dudes for, like, you know, extended periods of time. You go on a bus and you go on tour for ages and ages and ages. I spent plenty of time with other dudes, a bunch of other dudes that have been, you know, the crew that kind of circulates in and out. And then there's the five of us that were the five people in the band that were the core, you know, of the band. You get along with the people that you can make jokes about, that you can make.
By the way, I got a rule for friendships and deep friendships. My good friends, by the way, I've been friends with some people for 2 decades. All my good friends have carte blanche to insult my mother and my sisters and anything in my life, and as do I as well. Because naturally, if someone outside that wasn't a friend did that, I would be very upset. But within men, I believe it's that pushing each other's buttons to the brink does build camaraderie.
Yep.
And I think that is the measure of a friendship.
Yeah, for like me and Dane spend most of our time insulting one another.
Constantly.
This is how we.
It will happen during the duration of the show.
Or there's those memes that say like when you're going back and forth insulting someone and you both hold back that one insult that you know will start a fight. Everyone knows there's always that one thing that you could say, but real friends know when to leave that one in the arsenal. You don't pull the pin on that one and throw it. You leave that one.
It's another way of testing if someone can actually meld into the group.
Yeah.
If someone can't take ribbing and jokes, and you can't take the banter, and if someone gets upset, then you understand, all right, that person probably isn't going to fit in with us.
See?
And
Right.
you have to be careful, because you have to be careful about what you say to them.
Yep.
You have to think of them individually as opposed to them assimilating into the group. There are people that are bad at it, and people that will insult too much, and they will take it over the line. And those people you want to exclude from your inner group as well. If you have people that are always overbearing and take jokes too far, that's a way to be like, all right, we know that this guy is only acceptable to be around for, certain occasions or for certain amounts of time. And the same thing goes with the opposing end of the spectrum or whatever. This person can't take a joke. Jokes, even mild jokes that nobody really cares about, this person gets upset. That's how men kind of select for who they want to be around and who they will trust.
Yeah. And if I have to explain with every joke, something like not every woman, not every man, not every this, not every that, you're also not part of the group.
Yeah.
You are lame.
Yeah, the answer is yes, every man, specifically you.
Correct.
That kind of stuff.
Like if nuance has to be explained at every point for your brownie points, you are a dork.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.